Hi everyone, Eugen from Go4x4 here. You're probably watching me from my new head unit, 10-inch Android from my Jeep, filmed by future me. This is past me. The head unit is still in the box. Hopefully everything went well, and you're watching me from my new head unit right now. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna quickly unbox it, and I'm gonna show you how to install. I'm gonna show you a couple of features. I'm not gonna go too much into detail, otherwise it's gonna get too long. So let's get into it and unpack the new head unit. Alright, what do we have here? I think that's the mold. Have a look. That's looking good. Nice and smooth. Looks like really good quality. What have we got here? That's the reverse camera. Apparently that's a really good one. The wide angle, I believe 160 or 180 degrees. Looking forward to have this camera on because my current reverse camera is pretty crappy. Some cables in here. I see some USB cable, a Bluetooth, and I think there's GPS as well. And yeah, all kind of accessories, I guess. So there's even a little screwdriver included in there. Alright, and that's the main unit. I got this one from Cardios. They're located here in Australia. Alright, that looks good. What's in here? Some instructions here. How to hook up the camera as well. And now to the main unit. Pretty exciting. Ooh, it's looking good. Nice and big. That's really nice. Oh, dropped something. This is just a silicone gel. Have a look at this. It has a protector on it, but this is how it looks like. Wow. Looking good so far. Let's see how it looks on the Jeep. Oh, I see straight away here. There's a mic inbuilt into the head unit. I really like this. I really love this because in my old unit I had an external mic and I had to wire it and stick it onto the find some spot in the car where to stick it on. So now I guess I don't have to do it. Right, I want to mention first that I'm in no way a professional installer or a car electrician or anything like that. But if I can do it myself, you definitely can do it as well. It's really not that hard of a job, and you can probably finish the job in around 2 hours or less, depending if you install the rear camera as well or not. So what we need to do is, as a first step, we need to get this whole dash here out, disattached, and we need to get this head unit out, and then we would need to cut here along the line and separate this middle part, the old middle part, from this dash. If you have a left-hand drive, you wouldn't have to do it because the mold comes with the whole dash here together for the left-hand drive, but unfortunately they do not have any molds for the right-hand drive. So the Australians and everyone with the right-hand drive have to put a bit of an extra effort and cut here as smooth as possible. That's definitely worth it. It's a small job to do for such a great head unit. So there are 4 bolts which we have to remove. One is behind those controls, so once we pull it out there will be a bolt here. One is below this tray on the top, as you can see here, and 2 are hiding below the steering wheel under this panel, which we will have to pull out first. For the bolts you will need a 7mm socket like this one, and to remove those controls I would recommend these plastic trim tools, just to avoid any damage or scratches to your interior. First bolt, which is here on the top, put it in some safe place where you're not gonna lose it. Now let's remove the controls. And once you're here, you can slide this to the side and remove the wiring of this panel. It just comes right out like this. There is the other bolt which was hiding behind the controls, so we need to unscrew that bolt now. Next we move to the steering. Loosen the steering and push it up as much as possible so you have some space to work on the bottom. And then you move to this bottom panel here. I have already some stuff attached to it, but doesn't matter. And you just simply pull on it in short, powerful pulls like this. And it comes right off like this. Hiding behind there are the other two screws. One is right here, and the other one is right there. Once you finish unscrewing those four bolts, just grab this top panel here and start pulling on it. And it should pop right off, just like that. Don't forget to put the steering down, like me, so you have a bit more space on the top. And it just comes off like that. This is how it looks like underneath. As next, we gotta remove our old head unit, which is fixed with 4 bolts in here. It's pretty straightforward. Just unscrew those bolts and slide it out. Just unplug all the wiring in here. I just did a quick test fit without the clips, and this thing, it fits like a glove. I really like that. So once I install the clips, it will stay in place like this, and it will look awesome. And now here comes the hardest part. Before I start it, I'm probably gonna have a beer just to calm my nerves. But yeah, so we have now to cut this part along the line, and I'm just gonna use a simple saw here and see how far I get with that. You guys obviously are free to use any other tool. Probably there are better tools for this type of a job, but this is all I got in the garage, and I'm gonna just start with that one. And I think it's pretty good to go slow and precise. I'm gonna start with that one and see how far I get. Let's see how it goes. Cheers. Alright, so far so good, not too bad. It's actually pretty good. So far it's pretty good with that tool, because I have a lot of control. But from here I just can't get into the corner anymore, because this top part is limiting me. So what I'm gonna try is, I'm probably gonna just get the blade and try to go just with this one. See how it goes. It seems to work really well with this saw. Should have removed the vents before I started, but it's not a biggie, so I'm gonna do it now before I continue. Otherwise I'm gonna start sewing into the vents in the back. So in order to remove the vents, I'm gonna try to get closer to you. In the back here, you see this little tip here? You need to move it up a little bit, don't go too hard, and then move the vent clockwise and remove it. Just like that. It's pretty simple. And it's done. I thought it would be the hardest part, but it was actually not that difficult. This thing worked really well. I can recommend. So you just get a saw like this, you're gonna have pretty much easy job. And I think the cut is pretty good. Have a look here. I went a little bit into the middle panel, but better go into the middle panel than onto this side, because we won't need the middle panel anymore, and we can just sand this one off nicely and make it smooth. Now what we need to do is we need to remove those clips from the old middle piece, those little plastic clips, and attach them to the new one in here. Alright, now that all clips are installed, we're moving to the main head unit and fixing it into this mold here. So you just put it in, fits perfectly without any gaps, and on the back, as you can see, there are a couple of holes. We need to put some screws in those. So I found there's a little screwdriver and a couple of bolts already included, so that's very nice. Alright, so this is all now fixed in. Have a look at this beauty. So we have test fitted it already in the Jeep. All the lines are aligning perfectly well. We have cut our dash, the lines aligning there as well, so it overlaps a little bit into the dash. And now we got the unit in the mold, and as the next step we will go ahead and install all the wiring in the back here and test it first before we put everything in place on the dash. So I just sanded the edges a little bit on the panel which I cut, so I think it's pretty good. Fits nicely. Before we start installing all the cables, start wiring it up, we need to put the vents back in. Slide in like this and turn clockwise until it clicks. Alright, easy. And the fit is perfect again. I have to point this out. I heard there are a lot of troubles with some dodgy units out there, bought on eBay, with the mold that doesn't fit properly and the vents don't fit properly and so on and so on. But this one is just perfect. So after cutting our dash, it's time to push it back in, and that should be quite simple. Just put it in place and push it in until you hear the click. Sits nice and tight. We have the space in the middle ready for install of the head unit. So we're not gonna fix the dash in with the screws yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wire up the head unit first, just to make sure that everything functions perfectly before we put everything back inside and seal it up. Alright, we got the head unit here. It goes like this. Push it up a bit. And we're not gonna pop it in yet. So I got the whole bunch of cables over here, and we're going to install all of them one by one. So I'm just gonna start with this one, which is a GPS antenna. First we need to find a good spot for it, where we're gonna put it. I'm probably gonna put it right into the corner here on the dash, behind my speaker, where the light is, so it's not really visible, but it's still out there. And I'm gonna run the cable in the back here, going inside, and it's, as you can see here in the back, it's just a rubber here. You can push it down and you can get through to the back, so you can just feed this cable through the back here into this cavity, so it looks nice and clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that quickly. And grab it from the other side. See, if I can do it with one hand, you surely can do it with both. You can just hide this cable in the back here and just push it back like this, and that's it. It's gone. Nice and tidy. This is the antenna wiring here. Push it in properly all the way until it clicks. Now we got also a Jeep Wrangler JK adapter, which plugs straight into the factory socket here nicely, and this way you have also all the steering wheel controls and everything controlled by the head unit. Every single cable is labeled. Included is also a kind of a map where you can see which socket is what in detail. Let's fire this up and see if it's working. And we got light. Wow, the first thing I immediately noticed is it's starting instantly. My old Android unit needed at least a minute to boot up, but this one just started instantly. I'm shocked. That's awesome. Wow, the screen looks amazing. Wow, I'm quite impressed. Looks like they have their own UI here. All kind of settings, Wi-Fi, factory, I don't know. So this seems to work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test a couple of things before we install this, and that's gonna be Wi-Fi. We need to test the Bluetooth, and we need to test the microphone and the GPS. Also, I will be testing the rear camera on this one before I install. The rear camera installation you guys can see in another video. Alright, let's go ahead and try to start up the radio, see what happens. And we got sound. So radio is working. Alright, Wi-Fi seems to work too. Also, almost forgot, we need to check our steering wheel controls. And those were perfect. It's working very well. Alright, the GPS seems to work too.
Route calculated.
Route calculated. Alright guys, everything seems to work here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just install this unit into the cavity, and then we are done for today. Alright, I just realized something. I forgot to unpack the top piece. So I probably need to take this out again. And the top piece slides here on the top of the unit. And then I have to push it all together in, because that top piece hooks into this hose right here. Didn't have to push too far back, just the top part, fortunately, so I didn't have to take out the whole thing. And yeah, it just slides back in on the top. So yeah, all what's left to do is to put the screw into the hole here, and then we're finished. It's looking good. It's really well into the stock trim. And we got the old tray on the top here. We're just gonna put our rubber from the old tray once we put the screw in on top here, and it's all done. Alright guys, I'm in Bribey Island and I've been using the unit now for around 2 weeks, and I have to say I'm really impressed. It's amazing. So first thing is, what I love about it is, have a look at this. I'm gonna start up the car. Have a look how fast it starts up. It's instant. It's instantly on. This is really amazing. I love this about it. So as you can see, I have already customized it a little bit. I put the wallpaper on, and as you can see, it's pretty much like your mobile phone. It has Android on it. That means there are no limits to what you can do with it. You can open the Play Store and download anything you want. Basically anything you can download on your phone, you can download on your head unit. How awesome is that? So I don't have internet here, so I can't really show you that, but a couple of quick things what I like about it. It's pretty small thing, but it's super useful. Split screen. So when I put on navigation and put destination on, so we have Waze here, I want to maybe play some music on the side. I just click here and open Spotify. So on the left side is now for the navigation, and right side is for Spotify. That's pretty awesome. I love that feature. I'm using it all the time, every day. So yeah, I don't have internet at the moment to show you exactly how it works, but it definitely works. Okay, and the unit itself is really fast and snappy, so I'm really happy about that as well. You can set up a different home screen. You can put all kind of widgets on it, same as in Android, but they also offer a launcher. So it's a different home screen. It's this one. It shows you a bit more information. For example, this car here, once you start driving, it turns into road, and then it shows you the speed, and it shows you the lanes and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, you got a player here and everything, but I prefer to have the native Android launcher, so I can put in apps and anything I want onto the home screen, and I can put a picture or wallpaper I want. So yeah, this is just my preference, but generally this unit has a lot of customizations, which I love about it as well. So you can go through here, you can set up everything, and one of them is you can set your steering wheel keys. So you can set up your steering wheel control, and you can make any button on the steering wheel to do different functions, which is pretty cool. So I'm not gonna do anything. I don't want to mess around with it. I already did before. It was working fine. But it's basically very intuitive and easy to set up. So you can program your keys on your steering wheel, and then it will do whatever you tell it to do. So in that first 2 weeks what I used it, I haven't had any issues so far. If you guys are interested in you know, a follow-up video, let me know in the comments below. I can upload something maybe in 2 or 3 months time and tell you what my opinion is long term, if I had any issues with that or not. A couple of quick features what it has which are pretty interesting. So obviously I hooked up one of the USB cables here, and I can simply plug in a USB stick in here and load it up with photos or videos or wherever I want to. You can simply go here onto the apps and press the file manager app, and you can see here USB is connected, and I can see all the photos folders. I can open the pictures just like that, and I can also play the videos, which is pretty awesome. That means you basically, one second.
Hi everyone, Eugen from Go.
Yeah, so you can, as you can see, you can play all the videos. That means you can load up a USB stick or a hard drive with your movies or whatever you prefer for camping, and you can just play it from your head unit. And the screen is literally so big, you can set up a cinema here inside of your car. You can just you know, lay back and relax and watch movies on this thing. So this is pretty awesome. Then this head unit has a GPS, external GPS connected. It has actually a capability of 4G SIM card in the back. It has a Bluetooth connection, obviously Wi-Fi connection. I set up my phone with the app which turns on Wi-Fi automatically as soon my phone connects to this device via Bluetooth. So my phone always knows when I connected to this Bluetooth of this head unit, it turns on the hotspot automatically. This way I have always internet instantly on this head unit, which is also pretty awesome. Otherwise, yeah, this is just my first thoughts about this head unit. Remember guys, I have to give a shout out to Cardios, because as I said before, I have seen a lot of bad reviews about this type of integrated head units with bad fittings and all kind of stuff. And seriously, with this unit I didn't have any issues. Everything fits just well, everything is tight, everything is, you know, perfectly sealed, and I didn't have any issues with the head unit itself as well at all. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything works. The radio as well. I noticed also improvement in my sound compared to my last head unit. My bass increased, and generally the clarity increased as well. Those are my thoughts about the head unit. Again, big shout out to Cardios at cardios.com. They supplied the unit. They were really fast. They have a couple of locations in Australia as well, so delivery is really fast. I believe one is in Victoria and another one is in New South Wales, and I believe they ship worldwide. So if you're not in Australia, not a problem, you can still order from them. And on top of that, they deliver those units not only for Jeep but also for all kind of other brands of cars, BMW, Mercedes, wherever you have, Toyota, Land Cruisers and everything. I think they cover really wide range of cars. My genuine opinion about it is what I said. I just love this head unit. The size is huge, and it's just integrated seamlessly into the interior. Like, have a look at this. It just looks awesome. Fits perfectly. It looks like from factory, but it's such a huge screen, and that screen literally is very useful because you can use the split screen. You can have two apps running at the same time next to each other, navigation or something else. It's very useful, and you can watch videos if you're like camping or you're stationary at the moment. It's just awesome. I'm just enjoying this big screen on this. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this unit. I will leave a link in the description about where I ordered it, where I got it from. And yeah, just subscribe and like if you like this video. That would help me a lot. I would appreciate it a lot. And yeah, see you in the next video.